It is July 1st, 1997. I have the privilege interviewing a United States liberator, Mr. Kenneth Yeabsley. My name is Renee Firestone. We are in Woodland Hills, California. When he told you about it, did he know what this camp really looked like, or only from the aerial pictures?
Only from the aerial pictures, and he was taking pictures at 32,000 feet. Now, you've seen the photos, and they're pretty good photos, but of course he's not seeing that picture. That's in the camera.
And when he told you about this camp, why were you curious? Why did you want to go there?
Well, we'd never been to a prisoner camp yet before that, you know, and we thought, and my plane was in commission, ready to go, so I said, yeah, I want to go along.
Did you know what type of prisoners you're going to find in that camp?
No, not beforehand, but when we got there was some there that spoke English, so they told us of their hardships and so on.
And how did you know that it was Buchenwald?
Oh, it's got a big sign out in front.
Did you ever hear about Buchenwald before that?
No, no.
When you went over, what transportation did you use?
Went over where?
To Buchenwald.
6x6. That's a stake bed truck with seats along both sides.
How far were you from the camp station?
I think we were quite a ways because it took a little while to get there in the truck. The truck isn't a real fast vehicle. I can't put a distance on it right now.
Can you tell me approximately how long it took to get there?
I think it took about 3 hours.
You were then stationed where?
You know, I was trying to think of that base a while ago. I can't remember the name of the base. It was a grass strip.
Do you remember what time of the day was it when you arrived to the camp?
Yeah, it was in the early afternoon.
As you were approaching the camp, did you notice anything special? Anything different? Did you smell anything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we smelled. And when we first rolled up, we saw these big piles of human ashes and flat cars covered with bodies.
Did you know what those ashes were?
They told us. The prisoners there, they had something for us to see. They had rope around their neck like they were hung. Some of the prisoners were hung and being beat with clubs, and you know, they told us everything that went on there.
What did you think?
No, we didn't think that was too good an operation. Even a lot of the people in the neighborhood didn't know what was going on in those camps.
Did you meet any of those people in the neighborhood?
No, no. They didn't come into the camp, and we didn't go out looking for them, except when we got on the truck and went back home.
Describe how it was when your truck approached the camp.
Well, it was just a big chain link enclosure, and had all of these starving people in it that were just skin and bones. And saw their living conditions. They were on wooden shelves that they slept on. I think the Army came in later with blankets and food and stuff.
Do you know whether you were the first ones that came into this camp?
No, I don't.
How did these prisoners greet you? Did they know who you were?
Oh, yeah, they were thrilled to death. American, American, American.
Did you speak to any of them?
No.
Did you have any idea who they were?
Hadn't the slightest. There was one or two I did speak to that spoke a little bit of English. But other than that, no.
What did they tell you?
God, I don't remember now. Thank you, thank you, thank you for freeing us and so on.
Did you know what nationality they were?
I think they were German.
Did you know at that time that most of them were Jews, or were they Jews?
I don't believe so. You see, it was a political prisoner of war. It wasn't, I guess it was your beliefs had something to do with where you went, what camp you went to. The lady that was in charge of Buchenwald, she was a doctor, and she made lampshades out of the tattoos that were on these people. And she had jars and jars and jars of internal organs that she was doing experiments with.
What nationality was she?
She was German.
Was she a prisoner, or was
No,
she?
no. She was a doctor.
And she was there when you came in?
She might have been in charge of the camp. I don't know.
What happened to her?
I have no idea.
While you were there?
I assume she was there when we came in there, yeah. But I'm sure she didn't stay there very long. She probably was gone.
Was she taken prisoner, or was she free?
I don't know.
You saw these lampshades and these skins?
Yeah, we saw 2 lampshades and all these jars of inner organs.
Did she talk to you?
No.
Did you get off the truck?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you go when you walked around?
Well, we walked all around looking at all the different things. The piles of ashes, the ovens, they were all out, of course. And the railroad cars with all the bodies on. Looked inside the barracks where the prisoners lived and saw how they slept in these little shelves this far apart, you know, way up. This picture is taken in Buchenwald. Piles of bodies. Looks like they had a little backlog on getting the bodies turned into ashes. You get a good view of the ovens here. That's 2 of the ovens. The other's a flat car filled with bodies and bodies stacked against the fence.
Did you take these pictures?
Yeah.
Thank you.
This picture you're now looking at is a few more bodies that haven't made it to the ovens yet. There was quite a number of these piles around the camp, and this is just one example.
Where was this?
This was in Buchenwald.
When did you visit Buchenwald?
I think it was 45. Not sure, though.
Thank you.
When we got to this encampment, the ovens were cold, so I guess they had not been burning for a day or two. There was no German guards whatsoever on the premises. They had all freed themselves, and so that's just an example of what the ovens look like.
Thank you.
This picture shows one of the long columns inside the camp, and doesn't display too much in the way of people who were prisoners here.
Thank you.
The picture you're looking at now, which looks like a headless person, is actually a dummy that was put up by the prisoners to show the Americans some of the tortures and treatment that they had received from the Germans.
Thank you.
This picture shows one of the barracks or buildings that the people slept in. The sign says, Hitler must die so Germans may live. Here again, this was staged by the prisoners for us Americans.
Thank you.
The Germans are thankful to the Americans for liberating them from this Holocaust. And the prisoners have put a sign on the end of the building so all will see.
Who took all these pictures we were showing?
I did.